Zimmerman. So by my count, we've got 7 defense witnesses, all of whom had a personal relationship with George Zimmerman, saying that's him screaming on the 911 call, calling for help right before the shot rings out. We've got 3 prosecution witnesses, all of whom had a relationship with Trayvon Martin, who say it's Trayvon Martin screaming out. We have 1 witness who said it sounds like a boy. That was a neighbor who didn't know either of the 2 men. And Zimmerman himself said to the police, it doesn't sound like me. And the defense argued today, well, that's the typical thing people say when they hear a recording of their voice. Oh, that doesn't sound like me. So that's their argument on that one. We know that the screaming stops when the shot gets fired. And we know that John Good, one of the witnesses, said he heard George Zimmerman screaming for help. So how the jury sorts all of that out, I don't know. They may ultimately just say, you know, this 911 call, we can't sort it out. We're going to put that piece of evidence aside.
Well, Lisa, it's Jonathan Cape. I don't want to bring you back to the character question. And if let's say the door is open for the prosecution to bring in the negative information and evidence about George Zimmerman, doesn't that also have a reverberating effect? Doesn't that then give the defense an opportunity to bring in whatever negative issues, information, evidence that they have, that they say they have about Trayvon Martin?
Not necessarily. They can respond regarding Zimmerman, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they can bring in the negatives about Trayvon Martin, because it's not an equal playing field with regard to talking about the victim and talking about the defendant. Listen, the prosecution may not want to bring in these prior negatives about George Zimmerman, the assault on the police officer, the restraining order by the ex-fiancée, and I'll tell you why. Because if they win this case, they don't want an argument on appeal. And that's a very touchy legal issue, bringing in prior bad acts. Generally, the prosecution, I think, is going to want to stay away from it.
All right, Lisa, stay right there. We have a lot of lawyers here. I want to hear from everybody when we come back from this break, whether they feel like the state has actually even made their case. We're going to hear more about that and more from the George Zimmerman trial in a moment. We'll also go live to the scene of that deadly plane crash in San Francisco. There are new details on how it happened. That's after the break.
Time for the Your Business Entrepreneurs of the Week. Dave Gilboa and Neil Blumenthal launched Warby Parker in 2010 to shake up the world of prescription eyewear, starting with the price. What began as a purely online business was an instant success. So why are they focusing their energies on opening up retail stores now? For more, watch Your Business Sunday mornings at 7:30 on MSNBC.
Brought to you by American Express Open. Visit openforum.com for ideas to help you grow your business.
I'm a hard worker every day. I'm a hard worker, and I'm working every day. I'm a hard worker, and I'm saving all my pay.
Small businesses get up earlier and stay later. And to help all that hard work pay off, membership brings out millions of us on Small Business Saturday and every day to make shopping small huge. This is what membership is. This is what membership does.
There's a new way to fight litter box odor. Introducing Tidy Cats with Glade Tough Odor Solutions. 2 trusted names, 1 amazing product.
10 years is a long time. 100,000 miles is a long way. So choose the Hyundai Sonata. It comes with the assurance of America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. And now, during the 100,000 Reasons event, see why the Sonata is ranked most dependable midsize car by J.D. Power and Associates. You'll also get 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Visit your Hyundai dealer today and spend your next 100,000 miles with us.
Made just a little sweeter. Because all these whole grains aren't healthy, unless you actually eat them. Multigrain Cheerios, also available in delicious peanut butter. Healthy never tasted so sweet.
Do you have jewelry you're not wearing? Turn it into cash at San Francisco Gold Buyer. Our experienced staff will assess your valuables using the latest scientific instruments to give you an accurate, honest value. San Francisco Gold Buyer also buys and sells coins, jewelry, guitars, and much more. Ask about our collateral loans and estate liquidation services at our convenient West Portal location. Buy, sell, and get a loan at San Francisco Gold Buyer.
We've been wasting money on the phone company for years, but we found out we could save by adding Xfinity Voice to our internet and TV service. We get unlimited nationwide calling, and because we can text using our home phone number, we save on our wireless bill too. We pay less, we get more. That's our new household motto. Right, guys? They get it.
more doesn't have to cost more. Switch to Xfinity Voice from Comcast for just $19.99 a month for 6 months and save big over the phone company. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
This afternoon, new details are emerging about that horrific plane crash over the weekend. Today, we heard from first responders to Asiana Airlines Flight 214. The crash landed at San Francisco International Airport, of course, and killed 2 people and injured over 180 others, including 49 people who sustained serious injuries.
So surreal. If you look at it, there's so much chaos going on, and it was quiet. And we spoke about this. It probably was very loud out there, but it was quiet, and everybody was doing what they were trained to do, save lives.
And just last hour, NTSB investigators held a press conference. They gave some more information about the pilot who was at the helm. Now, according to officials, the head pilot was experienced, but only had about 43 hours of experience on a Boeing 777. Now, they plan to interview all 4 pilots today. NBC's Tom Costello is in San Francisco, where NTSB officials just wrapped up their press conference. Tom, what more did we learn about the cause of this terrible crash?
I don't think we know a whole lot about the cause, and I would caution us to remember that it's going to take weeks, months to come up with an actual cause. You know, one point of clarification, we don't know yet exactly who was at the controls. We believe the pilot, who had only 43 hours in a 777, yet 10,000 hours of total experience, we believe he was at the controls, but the NTSB hasn't verified that yet. And we're not yet clear on whether he was the senior person in that cockpit or not. In other words, did the person who was training him have more total hours, have more seniority with the company, or did the pilot with fewer hours in the 777 have more seniority in the cockpit? You see, there's some nuance there that's important for us to understand, and we don't have all the answers. The other thing that's important is this rate of descent is really alarming. When I've talked to veteran investigators and pilots over the last 24 hours, they're stunned that this plane, according to NTSB Chairman Debbie Hersman, dropped from 134 knots at 500 feet, which is already below the target speed for landing, dropped all the way down to 103 knots. It's astonishing that this plane hadn't yet stalled, although it was clearly stalling at that very moment. We also know that the stick shaker, the yoke that the pilot holds between his knees, that was shaking at 4 seconds to tell them you're about to stall. But there doesn't appear to have been any other audio warnings from the automatic systems in the plane warning them that they were too slow. One reason for that is because when a pilot is approaching a runway, you disengage the TAWS system, the Terrain Avoidance Awareness System. You do that because obviously you're about to meet the terrain. You're coming in for a landing. So you disengage that so it doesn't create constant warnings that are, not meaningful at all. So the question is, were there any other audible warning systems that were missed, any other audible warnings, or even visual warnings on the flight pop-up display system that were missed? Those are still questions to be answered. But, the bottom line about getting more about what happened in the cockpit, we won't have that today. They haven't even talked to the crew members today. They're hoping to do that in the next 24 hours. It will be done in both English and Korean. Ari?
Tom, can you explain to us just a little bit from an aviation standpoint, what's the problem with going too slow? I would almost think that the slower you bring in a sort of complex vehicle, be it a car or a plane, what have you, helicopter, the slower it is, the easier it would be to land, but it seems that that is not the case at all. So what's the problem with going too slow here?
You go too slow and you fall. I mean, you've got to have lift and speed. If you don't have lift and speed, those are the two crucial dynamics to flying. If you don't have that, then you're going to simply sink. And obviously, one of the most crucial mistakes anybody can make who's flying, one of the most fundamental things you learn in airmanship is maintain your speed. You don't let it drop. Dropping speed can be death. So the question is, how could this cockpit full of at least two experienced pilots, and maybe 4, we don't know if the other 2 pilots were in the cockpit at the time of the crash, how could experienced pilots allow something so fundamental to happen? How could you allow your speed to drop so far below the target speed of 137 knots? That's got a lot of people scratching their heads. Were they distracted by something? Were they talking to each other? Did one presume that the other one was watching it, and that one presumed that he was watching it? You see what the dynamics are involved here in the cockpit. That's what they're really going to be zeroing in on.
All right, Tom Costello, thanks for that update. The chaos continues to unfold in Egypt. That tops the news cycle this Monday. At least 51 are now confirmed dead after a weekend of clashes between the military and protesters angry about the removal of President Morsi. The White House has been watching the events closely, but has not yet laid out a specific plan to address the turmoil. The UK's Guardian newspaper today released part 2 of its interview with NSA leaker Edward Snowden. In it, Snowden predicts that the government will say he aided enemies of the United States. Remember, this interview was conducted before anyone ever knew who Edward Snowden even was, so it doesn't respond to the backlash, it merely predicts it. Right now, Snowden is believed to still be holed up in the Moscow airport searching for a place for asylum. Lawyers for Bradley Manning are asking a court-martial judge to dismiss some of the charges against him, though it's unclear actually which charges are being argued. Manning's trial is now in its 6th week. The former intelligence analyst is accused of aiding the enemy by supplying WikiLeaks with more than 700,000 Iraq and Afghanistan war logs and diplomatic cables. Manning, of course, denies the allegations. We continue to watch the testimony in the George Zimmerman murder trial. Court is about to return from recess. We'll bring it to you live from Sanford, Florida, in a minute.
We must have a renewed fight for many of the things we fought for, because voting rights and women's rights and the rights of people against discrimination, whether they're African American, Latino, lesbian, and gay, must be protected. Until we have a nation that is really living up to the creed of one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Not all of one kind, but all.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy. Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Want to lose denture paste, dudes?
I do. It's yucky.
Dewy.
Paste is messy.
Seabond wafers hold clean with no ooze.
Neat.
Oh, yeah. We're bonding. Seabond, lose the ooze.
Do you have a structured settlement from a lawsuit or an annuity? Need cash now? Struggling to make ends meet? Bills need to be paid? Even if you are getting monthly checks from a structured settlement or annuity, debt can still pile up, and it can feel like you have nowhere to turn. Peachtree can help you turn your structured settlement or annuity into cash now. Cash you can use to pay off debt, make important purchases, or avoid foreclosure. The money from your structured settlement or annuity is yours. You deserve to have it when you need it, and Peachtree can help you get it. Peachtree can help you get the money you need now without taking out a loan. Life doesn't wait. Why should you?
To find out how, call Peachtree today at 1-800-903-1726 or log on to settlementfunding.com.
You know you mean the world to me. I can't think of a better thing than growing old with you. You know I need you by my side, and everything seems better now with you here in my life.
Purina Cat Chow. 50 years of feeding great relationships.
Hey, Linda. What are you guys doing? Having some fiber with new Philips Fiber Good Gummies. They're fruity delicious.
Just 2 gummies have 4 grams of fiber.
To help support regularity. Ooh, I want some. Hop on over. Fiber the fun way from Philips.
Welcome back. We are waiting for the George Zimmerman trial to return from recess. Let's check in with our legal team. We have Patrick Murphy, Paul Henderson, and Seema Iyer. Paul, I want to start with you and broaden this out a little bit. People sometimes forget when they're looking at a criminal trial like this that probably isn't good enough. If a jury walks away thinking this guy probably committed second-degree murder or probably killed this person with no good reason and at least is eligible for manslaughter, that won't be good enough, because even if they have any reasonable doubt, probably he did it, but I reasonably doubt it for this or that reason, then their instructions at the end of this process will be to acquit. Talk us through that high standard and why so many legal analysts have said that the prosecution, even at the conclusion of its case, had left quite a bit of reasonable doubt on the table.
Well, you haven't heard them connect the dots